Yes, epigraphs are used. I mean, anyone can use epigraphs, even when you're writing a critical essay. So epigraphs are used when they don't really fit in, it's a quotation or some type of writing sample that doesn't really fit within your text. It's something a little bit broader. It speaks to the whole text, right? And so that's why I use epigraphs, right? And so oftentimes epigraphs, there's a series of epigraphs now. If you read any sort of common or contemporary literature, sometimes it's a little too much. People are name dropping and doing all these things. I don't think the epigraphs are really working the way they could. But anyway, Du Bois here uses the epigraph in a very interesting way, in a very strategic way. So again, a classic of Western literature, right? A classic uh, literary text, something that has been canonized, right? Something that you would read in an intellectual heritage class, right? This is a great text that has to be studied, understood, remembered, etc., right? And then he juxtaposes that, right, with a musical notation, right? So it's not a literary text; it's a musical text, and there's no identifier. What is it, right? And so you have to be able to read musical notation in order to see what's going on here, right? So um, in order to hum the tune or whatever, know what the melody is, right? So that's a little beyond our capabilities in the 21st century. So all the melodies are identified starting on page 209. That's what this little asterisk indicates. 209. You have footnotes to each and every chapter, which you should look at because it explains what's going on in the epigraphs, who wrote it, what it is, etc. Also, in the footnotes, which we'll take a look in a second at, they also explain some of the historical stuff and the names that he mentions, uh, which you'll find helpful. Okay, and so here you have this musical notation, right? And so what this is, these are from Negro spirituals. Okay, these are songs sung by the slaves, which were passed down, right, in an oral way. They had no place in the canon, right? They had no place in the classics of Western culture. And here is Du Bois putting them into the canon, right? Saying that these uh, Negro spirituals, these sorrow songs, are great American works. They are part of the American experience and they belong in the Western canon. They need to be studied and heard and read.